A few years into my first real job after graduation, it dawned on me that I never really wanted this job or even work in this industry. I looked at my email signature which said VP Strategic Business Management. It's one of those jobs that sounds awfully important but really isn't. This job was a natural continuation of my business degree which I stumbled into after college. Let's rewind a bit. I was 17, ambitious, and so excited to go study in Germany, my first home country. More about this another time. I was interested in so many things, but I was clueless about what I wanted. I applied for a bunch of majors and got accepted for economics. I boarded the plane, and with that the journey of studying economics and then business administration, and never questioned my decision. How can there be time for regret when you're studying in the beautiful city of Heidelberg? Student parties, meeting people from all over the world. I had the time of my life, and that masked any kind of objection I had about the major I was studying. In a breeze, a few years went by, and the last semester was approaching. And, oops, I still didn't know what to do. Oh, there's a decent job. Let's just go with the flow and see where that goes. Maybe you're also wondering how you ended up here, in a job that you didn't want, with a degree that you now couldn't care less about. Maybe you also stumbled into your major and then stumbled into your first job. Maybe you made a choice back then, boarded a one-way flight, and then went on autopilot. Put all of your other interests aside. Perhaps you've just accepted that choice and stuck to it, living a miserable life. Perhaps you woke up one day and felt surprised about where you landed, somewhere you just didn't expect, and now you feel disillusioned. Is there all there is to work? You look around and realize that almost everyone else is going through the same thing, less than enthusiastic about the career choice they made, but pretending they're okay. Oh, cut yourself some slack. After all, our teens were filled with hanging out with friends, checking out friends on social media, or this, in case you're born in the 80s. How in the world could you possibly know what you wanted to do as an adult? If you're like most people, you might have done what any reasonable adult would do. Trade in your degree for the next best job. Your job fills you with pride. You're someone now. You're young, eager, ready to work your ass off. Go, you! You're going at full speed, getting your first promotion. Your boss and colleagues love how helpful you are and praise you for your hard work. Being the last to leave the office, even after the cleaning lady, fills you with a sense of importance. As you look outside at the skyline, you suddenly feel empty. You have a gut feeling that you're not at the right place. But as you shut down your computer, you instantly shut that thought down along with it, quickly shifting your focus to that 10% raise and bonus you recently got, and think of all the new gadgets and gizmos it can buy you. Your thoughts dart back and forth. This kind of sucks though, this job. This whole industry is not for me. I should be doing something completely different. But then again, I've studied this 4 precious years of my life, and I've got this student debt that someone's got to pay back. It makes sense. Let's just stick to this. Double down, climb the corporate ladder. Feeling just a tad nauseous from this job, but never mind. Once we're at the top, all this pain will go away. Yay! In the meantime, we'll numb ourselves with some tequila shots at the department party, celebrating the highest performing achiever while pretending to absorb the latest 10 priorities of the newly appointed CEO, entertaining ourselves with the latest office gossip. After all, we're all in this bubble together, and complaining about work does feel good. But what is this? The biggest pile of nonsensical busy work resulting from a non-existent strategy totally misaligned from the top to the bottom, and that requires me to go through 7 gates of red tape? Well, just shut up and just take it. Hang in there. If any of this resonates with you, rest assured that it's not just you. 2/3 of Americans had major regrets about their education, and every 1 in 10 had regrets about their major. 7 in 10 Canadians wish they had made different career decisions earlier in their lives, and I doubt that this is a specific Canadian thing. While some went on and just accepted where they landed, others decided that it was time for a change. For me, that happened when one day I turned from my cubicle to the aquarium, the corner room with glass walls where my boss, the head of business, was gesticulating wildly. I stared at the aquarium and realized that I didn't want his job. Ever. So what in the world was I still doing here? I didn't want up, but I didn't want sideways either. I looked at my colleagues and I thought about whether I wanted their job. VP Customer Acquisition? Nope. SVP Operations? Nope. I went through a range of jobs and even thought of moving to competitor banks, but instantly recoiled at the thought. So what was I still doing here? This was a job I never wanted. You might also be in a job you don't want, but feel that you're doomed to staying in a radius of 2 miles of this job for the rest of your life. It's too late. It's too late to change. I am already 25 or 28 or 30 and so on. I don't have the time. I don't have the energy, the willpower to make a change. I don't want to pay the price for change. And in fact, the price for changing is high. You might need to go back to school or at least take some online course. Figure out what you really want. Find out how to get there. Put in the work, the hours. Have the patience to work your way through the fog. Start from zero or at least take one step back. Face the uncertainty and step out of your comfort zone and take the risk. The risk. But what is the alternative? Staying where you are, continuing your course has its price too. I no longer wanted to pay the price of staying put. At one point, I was assigned an additional, meaningless project that broke the camel's back. I had made up my mind to leave the industry and that was it. I wrote up my resignation letter and said goodbye. And yes, I did pay the price for that decision. But I escaped a far bigger ordeal, living a miserable life working in a job I never wanted. If you at least know that you're not where you want to be, if you have the guts to be honest with yourself and acknowledge that this is not the job or the career you wanted, then congratulations, you're miles ahead of your peers who are still in a trance and going with the flow. It's up to you now to figure out what you want. Figure out what the price is and decide if that's a small price to pay, considering how much better your career and your life could be. But then again, perhaps you want to stay where you are. It's cozy and comfortable there. That's a choice you can make. Continue to live your existing life, suck it up, and wait for the next 5 years to serve you another dose of regret. A note on regret. Why do so many people have these regrets? Is there a way to make choices that we will not regret in the first place? Perhaps not. Perhaps we will always make some decisions that we regret, because at the time that we made the decision, we did not have the knowledge or the insight we have now. But what to do about this regret? What to do once you realize that you didn't make the best decision? That's up to you. For everyone else who is just a bit inspired by this and have decided that it's time for a change, congratulations for starting a new chapter. Congratulations on starting the first second of changing your career, your life, your future. You have changed the direction of your growth, even by just 1%. It will change a lot. I wish you all the best. If you want to have a fulfilling and meaningful career, well, then this channel is for you. Subscribe and turn the bell on to all notifications so that you won't miss the next video. Thank you so much for watching and see you again soon.